anything a supplier gets should be earned, which means just because they have a great relationship isn't enough, although you certainly value the relationship. And so those mozzarella stick suppliers, we introduced competition for the first time in years, because up till then they got their ratio and that was it. We went out RFP to 5 companies, 3 new ones and these 2. These 2 ended up being the low-cost supplier, no quality change, and we saved $1 million. How was that possible? It's real simple, because they had to compete. If anybody's ever eaten at a Carl's Jr. out on the West Coast, that quote, "Competition is the spice of life," came from Carl Carter, because I ran supply chain for them through the 80s into the early 90s. Okay? Competition is the spice of life. Make people compete. Have them show you why they earned your business. Another example, well, this is fun. It's my first week at Chili's. So I'm sitting there and I'm talking to all the category managers, have a room full of people. Not as many as this, but a bunch of people. And I was, so what do you do? What are you responsible for? And the tortilla, category manager. She had bakery and pasta and tortillas, right? So I said, so how many tortilla suppliers do we have? He said, 3. And she was excited. She got 3 suppliers. She felt she was on safe ground because I'd already exposed a few that weren't so safe. All you got to do is ask the right question. And I said, well, that's great. You got 3 suppliers, national chain. We're from one end of the country to the other end of the country. We got distribution centers everywhere. I said, where are they? Well, we got one outside of Dallas. We have one in San Antonio. And the other one, Austin. I said, really? That's strategic? Not so much. It's like, what are you doing? The freight report. It's like, oh, shoot me. But did I tell you she left the company? I don't know what happened. It was a question I asked. Julie, don't write that down. Okay. But it was funny. I mean, it was like, really? So, simple questions. If you're assuming people are doing the right stuff, it's not like you want to be the police. I mean, you can't micromanage people, and in fact, what you want to do is create a world where people are empowered to do their job, but gee, do it intelligently, right? Think about that stuff. So, where those suppliers are, how many you have, all of that counts. By the way, we went from 3 suppliers on tortillas down to 2. One of them does produce outside of the state of Texas now. So it's just a better, healthier solution. Distribution rationalization. It's the same kind of question. How many do you have? Where are they located? Are they leveraging scale? Are they doing the right things for you? When I started at Applebee's, we had 1,200 restaurants and 30 distribution centers. It was too many. Didn't need all that. By the time I left there, I think, Mark, you might know better than me, I think they're down to 15 now, with 2,000 restaurants. So do the math. You go from 30 to 1,200 to about 15 to 2,000. Well, all the pounds moving into those distribution centers are now moving in more bulk, right? So they went from about 30% full truckload to well over 70% true full truckload. You're saving a ton of money. In fact, statistically, a lot of operators in the restaurant business, they get real excited if you can get a penny off of their margin. So, using this for an example, let's say the average case going into the back of the restaurant is $2 of markup. If you save a penny, if you get it down to $1.99, you have people thumping their chests and saying, man, didn't I do a good job? They saved about $200 a year. You take a penny off a pound of freight going into every restaurant is $4,000 per year. Times 2,000 restaurants, that's a lot of money. So it's looking intelligently at things like that. Are you leveraging your scale? Are you leveraging your costs in a way where you're really getting the benefit out of it? And these are simple things. This is not rocket science again. You can hear all day about total cost of ownership and doing all the deep dives and all that, and I encourage you to do those where they're applicable. But to get to some of this stuff, it's not are buyers, some are really more analytical, some are at the top of the pyramid. But wherever you are, there are opportunities like this if you just do the research. So anyhow, you can do this one. And even something as simple as the performance clauses. For example, we negotiated at Applebee's, and we're doing it now at Brinker, the idea that if a distributor isn't performing well, you can actually have clauses in the contract that says that they're not hitting the fill rate or the on-time delivery that they have guaranteed. Instead of firing them, you get a discount in your rate so that you're paying for the level of service you're getting as opposed to what you contracted for until they can fix it. And then they have a big incentive to fix it because you're taking money out of them because you're not paying for the service they have been providing. You're going to get a discount. They don't like the discount. They want to get the full amount. The other thing I was going to say on this one, well, I'll leave that because we're almost out. How much do I have? 10 minutes? Yeah, here we go. All right. So freight, we talked about a lot of stuff there. You just need to look at it. We have a dedicated team that looks at freight management in our organization. We're looking certainly at what the supplier can do, what third parties can do, and what the distributors can do. Every contract that we enter into, we evaluate it on all three of those, and we leverage our scale. We're looking at ways with our freight management to see what they can do in addition to that. Fuel hedging, things like that you can do. It doesn't affect the quality of anything of your products. You just got to do the work. Packaging the specifications. So you can look at specs and see if there's ways, and I told you the steak story, or packaging, or you're getting a 10-pound case when you should have got a 40-pound case. Real simple things you can do to look at what is the best rate you can get for moving that product. But again, you have to have the people, and you got to be able to get the support to do that. Even on these things, for example, on the steaks, are you getting the right amount? When you make hamburger, something as simple as that, you can get a very lean burger, which is pretty dry, or you can get a burger with more trim in it, which is juicy. Most people like juicy burgers. Well, the fat is less costly than the lean. Makes sense, right? Protein, the more protein you have, is more expensive. So, in our case, can you go from a 77% lean or 79% lean to a 77% lean? Most hamburger chains are even below that. So you can look at things like that actually you can make a change that to the guest, it tastes better because it's juicier, but you actually took cost out because it was a component part of it. So challenge your specifications without the intent of compromising the quality, but find ways to enhance the quality. And you can do these things. I'm going through this last part quicker because I know I'm down to about 7 minutes. I wanted to leave a little bit of time, but collaborate with stakeholders across the organization. I've talked a lot about that. You can see that as Winston Churchill and Eisenhower. I'm reading a great book called Ike. Anybody ever read that? Talks about, it's a good book, right? Talks about collaboration or the lack thereof. And how do you do that? How do you build a bridge with the people within your organization so it's not you trying to just sell ideas independently, but you're doing it collaboratively? Because if you're successful, and a lot of supply chain people, you think, well, I'm not in sales. Well, guess what? You are. You need to educate people so that when you're not in the room, they are making your arguments for you. Right? And if you educate them right, that will happen. Because they'll say, hey, I know better. I was talking to the purchasing person, and he said to do it this way. So you just have to learn how to team up and make these things happen. And then you need to communicate. I don't really care how you do it, but you got to communicate your story. We got to get out there and talk to people. Anybody read a Patrick Lencioni book? Like The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team, or his latest book is called The Advantage. I got to hear him speak about a month ago. What is he talking about? In The Advantage, it's about communication and the clarity of communication. one of the things that we've done at Brinker, and I did it in other places as well, is over-communicate so that the leadership team, the members of my team, the members of the other organizations within our company understand what we're doing, why we're doing it, what we're trying to accomplish. And then you can get things done. You can get it done pretty quickly. But supply chain has to have a seat at the table. How many of you have a supply chain that reports into the CEO or is considered a member of the C-level? Okay, not everyone. All right, so when I came to Brinker, one of the things I insisted upon was I had a seat at the table and I'm a member of the leadership team. They've been very receptive and supportive of that because now I'm at the same table as the president of Chili's, the president of Maggiano's, the CEO of the company, the CFO, all of them. And if you're not getting your story up to that level, you're going to have a harder time accomplishing what you're trying to accomplish. So you've got to do that. You've got to find a way to do it. And you can get their attention. Now, it's hard for you probably to see this, but this says Brinker's key results. That's what we talk about at Brinker. And the key results are based on 4 things. It's the guests, sales, profits, and team members. Everything we do has to tie back to that. And that's what you've got to do in your organizations. You've got to make sure that what you're working on, what you're trying to accomplish, ties back to the key expectations of your overall company, or you should be saying, why am I doing this? We drove this through our organization and supply chain, and we have what we call an employee engagement score. Before I got to Brinker, that's our department came in at 13% positive on a scale of 0 to 100%. After we started doing things like that, it is now at 81%. That happened in about a year, a little less than a year and a half. Because people are very clear on the expectation. When people get clear on the expectation, they produce better results, and therefore you'll get more cost management things accomplished when they get there. So this communication is key, and you can do it, and you should do it. You see here I say, keep the board and officers informed. And I do that. I presented to our board of directors just last month. For the meetings that you have, you talk about things. And I've got more here than what I can cover in our remaining time. But for example, what's the return on investment on supply chain? Does your CEO know that? Do you tell them that? For every dollar invested in supply chain, what did you bring to the table in either cost savings or cost avoidance? Can you translate that amount into what was the impact on earnings per share? It may seem simple, but when they begin to understand that what you just worked on for the last year, how it impacted earnings per share, they start paying attention. Because when you invest $1 in the supply chain, there is a return, and it impacts our stock price. And oh, by the way, the stock at Brinker has gone up from $21 when I joined the company to last week it closed over $35. I would like to say it's all because of supply chain. They'll give me some credit, but it's not all supply chain. We're having a real good year. But they do understand, and that's something else you need. If you're going to invest and get more, you've got to tell your story in a way that they get it, right? And then we look at food costs as a percent of sales, and we compare it to other restaurant companies. It's directionally important. It's not an absolute, but it tells your story. So think about your own company. How do you tell your story in a way they relate to, other than, well, we process 15 purchase orders per hour, or whatever it is. Turn it into what does it mean to the bottom line, and what would you lose if you didn't have it? And you can get the resources and the investment. Otherwise, you don't. Another thing we do, apologize for the size of this stuff. We have bigger stuff. But we took our story and we developed an index of everything we buy. We contrasted that to the producer price index for a like, and what do you have? So